Saturday morning, 8:30 AM. First at the door at my local tackle shop, the Tackle Den in the Cotswold water park. And the reason being, I've just gone and purchased a half-season, days-only membership for one of the local angling clubs around this water park. This one is the South Cerney Angling Club. You may have noticed that some of my videos before I've done on my work overnighters, but yeah, I've rejoined it. There's basically 10 weeks left on the ticket, and it's £60, so that works out £6 a week. And my intentions are, over the next 10 weeks, is to get out once a weekend, more if I can, and yeah, try and catch myself a winter biggie. Now I'm going to be focusing on one lake in particular. It's literally a stone's throw from my from where I live, and yeah, it holds a number of £30 fish, and yeah, some of those are 2 or 3 commons, I believe I've seen from sort of social media, that go over the £30 mark, and I set myself a challenge this year of catching a £30 common. So whilst we're in lockdown, as you know, why not try and, you know, get myself out there and try and go and catch one. So yeah, I've done exactly that. I've been and bought my ticket, got my membership, bought a couple of bits to keep me going over the next 10 weeks, and I'm going to, yeah, focus on that one water in particular. So brought my solid bag gear down with me today because you know, I'm a massive fan of solid bags, and I think, you know, they're going to be the best chance of maybe just sticking a parcel of bait out and nicking a bite. But there is a chance that I could also get breamed or tenched out, which has happened in the past. So just going to be a bit of a, you know, suck it and see session really today. Like I say, I only got my ticket yesterday, so yeah, it's been a while since I've actually been here. So I think starting off, what I'm going to do, just get the jacket on. It's a bit of a fresh one this morning. Don't know if you can tell by there. Clear blue skies. I think it's meant to be a bit similar to yesterday. A bit overcast, bit sunny, bit cloudy, you know, but it is fresh because it is middle of January now. So probably setting myself a massive challenge, trying to catch a fish through probably the hardest time of the year. But I like a challenge. End of the day, I'm not going to be able to get out fishing unless I come and fish, you know, this water or one of the waters on this ticket. So I've got to make the most of it. Anyway, enough of an introduction. Let's go and have a little walk around, see if I can see anything worth, you know, fishing to straight away. I've got everything in the back of the car, so I'm just going to be fishing mobile over the next 10 weeks and try and nick myself a bite. So let's go and have a little wander and see if we can see anything. Don't know if you can hear behind me, but a few more motors have turned up. A couple have just turned up on the sort of bank that you drive in from, and a couple just sort of at the gate. Not really seeing anything at the moment. Obviously, you know, signs are going to be pretty much few and far between, if at all, to be quite honest with you. What I might do is just see where these other two go, and then maybe make my decision just to start with, just to sort of sling a couple of bags out and then decide from there really. Don't really want to be penned in between people if I can help it, but yeah, what will be will be. A few extra lines in the water. They might even be piking, to be quite honest, but maybe a few extra lines in the water might not be a bad thing. But yeah, I'm just going to carry on my little walk around. As you can see, the sun is just starting to come up over the back of the trees there, and it's a beautiful morning. So I'm going to take in this fresh air, keep making my journey around the lake, and once I've decided where I'm going to drop into, I'll come back to you, and we can take it from there. I've got visibility of the whole entire lake on this swim, and that's exactly what I need on these short sessions and sort of, you know, reintroduction back onto hand pull. I need to be able to see, like I say, everything, react to anything I see, and obviously take that information going forward into the next 10 weeks. So I'm going to shut up now. Like I say, I've got my rods behind me, got everything out. I'm just going to knock up a couple of solid bags, flick them out, and yeah, see how the sort of morning progresses, and we can make any sort of decisions based on anything that I may see throughout the course of the day. But like I say, I've got 6 hours fishing. It's not loads by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, it only takes, well, you know, it only takes a split second for a session to be turned around based on something that you might see. So I'm gonna get, like I say, I'm gonna get a couple of rods set up. Got the pod down there. Also got the lucky horseshoe from the last session. Let's hope that that just brings us one little bit of luck through the next 10 weeks. But I'm gonna shut up now, get this lot sorted, soak up this beautiful winter sun, and then yeah, flick the rods out for the day. Been had to top up the solid bag bucket pellet wise, so there's a 2.3mm bloodworm pellet in there, which is perfect for packing out them bags. Look how rock solid that is, absolutely rock solid. So they'll fill every little nook and cranny. So a bag of the 2.3 bloodworm pellets went in. What I've also done as well, the creamino pellets, as you can see, they're kind of like sticks. So I've got a few handfuls of them out, put them in a crusher and just crush them down. So there's all sorts of little different bits of sizes in there, and yeah, just adding another element to that solid bag mix. And then last but not least, as I like to put a bit of powder in the mix, one, to be able to dry sort of my end tackle off when I'm actually building the solid bags, two, because I like to inject the bags with sort of PVA liquids or oils. It gives something for that liquid or oil to stick to. I've put a couple of scoops of the creamino stick mix in there as well, and like I say, that's, you know, all powdery and crummy in bits and pieces excuse me, which is, you know, just what you need for solid bag content. And like I say, nice and dry, that you can get your lead and your rig and stuff in there, dry it all off before you start to, you know, construct your solid bag. So as I say, got two ready. We can now officially start fishing. So I'm just going to flick these two out, ease my way into the session, and keep my eyes peeled on the water. The first rod's gone out, and like I say, it's just gone sort of directly out in front of me, a rod length off that sort of far margin, which is an actual spit where you can actually fish from, to be fair. So if anyone does go around there, there's a chance that I might have to bring it in. But I'm just waiting to see what some other people do. 2 or 3 more cars I've seen just driving around the perimeter of the lake. So I don't really know what to do with this second rod yet. I'm in no rush to put it out. I'd rather just wait and see where these other people kind of plot up. Just so the fact that I'm not putting it out, and then, you know, might have to move it if I decide to, say, flick it down the margin sort of to, you know, a couple of swims or whatnot. So, you know, just gonna have to maybe just give it 5 or 10 minutes before I put that one out. So yeah, like I say, it's a beautiful morning. The banks are filling up, I think, with the fact that the sun is out, and you know, end of the day, we're out doing it. So I'm going to leave it there. Like I say, just keep watching the water, watch to see what everyone else is doing, and I will take it from there and decide where I want to stick this other rod. So I will catch up with you over the next few hours. Both the rods are out. I think everyone's finally plotted up and decided where they've wanted to go around the lake. So we've got sort of 2 or 3 over there, another good 2 or 3 on that side, another good sort of 3 or 4 down this side, and then the whole of my bank is just me, basically. So I don't know if it's because I smell or something or what, but you know, everyone has just disappeared sort of around the other far edges, which, you know, I'm not going to complain about. No one's really interfering with me, and they don't need to listen to me rabbit onto camera sort of for the next 5.5 hours. So, you know, win-win for everyone, I suppose. But yeah, both the rods are out. Like I say, that right hand one went over to sort of like a rod length off that sort of snaggy area as such, and the left hander is gone out down to off here really. It's obviously seeing the best part of this morning sun. The birds seem to be hanging around that area now as well. So yeah, they're probably eyeing at the contents of my solid bag. But yeah, I've kind of just, where are we, just dropped it in and around sort of like that bushy tree area really. You know, the margins are always good, especially when they're sort of quite deep as well. And like I say, the sun's been beating down there since it's made its way up over the top, so you never know. I can give it an hour or two here or there with both my rods, and like I say, if I feel like I need to move them, then I will do. But for now, just going to appreciate being out on the bank, because I didn't think I was going to be getting out. And yeah, like I say, just appreciate being outside, having the rods out, and being in, you know, being in with a chance of catching a fish or two over the next couple of months. Alright, for the last sort of 10 or 15 minutes now, can you see that slick on the water? I've seen that 3 times. And I have had a couple of beeps on the right hander. And I don't know, you know, if that's some bait from yesterday being investigated or sort of disturbed by fish or whatnot. But that's 3 times that I've seen a bleed come up from that spot over the last sort of 10-15 minutes. So I think I'm going to possibly have that right hander in and just flick it out amongst that flat spot, because yeah, it is kicking up some oil. So you know, I don't know if that's some leftover bait down there or what, or anything along those lines. But like I say, it's a 3rd time that I've seen that now. So you know, it's got to be something at least. Because yeah, it hasn't been, like I say, it hasn't been slicking up whilst I've been in this swim. Like I say, it's only been the last 10 or 15 minutes, and I have had sort of 2 single beeps on my right hander, and I have got the lines sort of semi-slack to sort of tight, not, you know, mega bowstring tight, but tight enough that if any fish are sort of moving through and they're just brushing up against that line, and I'm going to get sort of some, you know, some sort of indication that they're in the area. So I think what I'm going to do is have this right hander in and just bring it in a bit shorter than it currently is. So it's coming up to 11:30, giving that rod down the margin, best part of a couple of hours. I don't just want to sit on my hands over these 6 hours. I want to try and, you know, force something or cover as much water as I can really with my 2 rods in my solid bag. So what I'm going to do is, just behind me is get the left hander and just kind of flick it out into open water. It's another area of the lake that I can fish. It's kind of like 2 swims, but it's a big sort of double swim really, possibly even a triple. There's that much amount of space in here, to be fair. But yeah, what I'm going to do is just underarm solid bag down just into this area of the lake. You know, like I say, just give it an hour and a half, something like that, and it'll give me sort of then about another hour and a half to chuck it out before the sort of day's over. So it's allowed me to cover 4 different areas of the lake with my 2 rods. I keep seeing these slicks come up, you know, on this rod that I put out into open water. So I think I'm just going to leave that put until the end of the day, and just use this other rod as a sort of, you know, the recaster rod as such. So I've got that set up down there in the bucket, so I'm going to get that out now, flick it out there, and just, yeah, keep watching over the water for the rest of the session and the rest of the afternoon, and we can just take it from there really. coming into the last 90 minutes or so of today's session, and yeah, as you can see on my shoulder, that rod's now gone out of that sort of swim next door. It was probably in there best part of an hour and a half. Did have a pike angler sort of spinning over the top of it, which probably didn't help matters, if I'm completely honest. I guess it's probably to be expected. There's quite a number of pike anglers on today, but hey ho, never mind, it is what it is. But at the moment now, I've had it back into where I've got it originally, and I've just pretty much bunged it straight into the middle of the lake. I've seen nothing all day, which, you know, is, like I say, is probably to be expected as well. It is winter. It's quite a deep lake. It's tricky at times. So yeah, I've had my eyes sort of pretty much just on the water for the last however many hours. What was it, 4.5 hours? So can only keep plugging away and trying, really, for, like I say, for the last hour and a half. But yeah, I've just moved it into a completely different section of the water, and we'll see what happens really for the next hour and a half. I don't anticipate much happening now that that sun's gone in. It is really, really fresh. So the old zip's gone up on the old coat. Try and keep as much warmth in as possible, but even the wind has really started to die off as well. So yes, pretty much flat calm. In hindsight, it probably would have been of a better idea to maybe have brought the zig gear with me. It might have been a bit of maybe a better chance of a fish or two. But like I say, in the last hour, that sun has disappeared, and the temperatures have definitely dropped. So still, is what it is. It's nice to get out. The net and the rods on the deck. Everything else, as you can see behind me, is packed up. There's only 2 anglers left to my left on the lake, just over to my left. Everybody else has disappeared throughout the course of the afternoon. Now yeah, I'm going to keep this pretty much short and sweet. Obviously, thanks for watching as you do always. You know, any comments, feel free to stick them below. I've got a feeling what I'm going to do with this is just sort of roll it out weekly, I think, and allow you to sort of come on the next 10-week journey with me. Why not? It keeps obviously the content ticking over on my channel, and it obviously gives you guys something to watch, you know, weekly, as and when I edit it and put it out. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do that, I think. And yeah, like I say, you can come on the journey with me through the highs and lows of the next 10 weeks, whatever elements are chucked at us. So that's that. Unless something, you know, major happens with these rods on the deck, I'll get the camera back on. But if not, I will catch you next week and we will go again. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.